Hi, I'm Alex Archbold. I've been buying and selling antiques since I was a kid. Over the years, generations of our family have gotten involved in the business, and I'll search just about anywhere I can to find hidden treasures both big and small. I never know what I'll turn up next. It's about exploring new places, seeing new sights, and having fun. And even though sometimes I get over my head, we try and make things a little better along the way. This is Curiosity. Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode. I have found myself in the town of Tsawwassen, British Columbia, which is basically the town right before you get on the ferry to go to Victoria, which is where I'm going tomorrow morning. I thought I'd stay the night out here, and while I was here, I saw that they have an antique store called Baker's Dozen. It's right by my hotel. It's only a 5-minute walk. So here I am. Guess what I'm doing? I'm walking to an antique shop. Now, the reason why Vancouver is so populated is because it's just beautiful here all year long. We call it like Canada's Hawaii. There's like little palm trees. If I find one, I'll show you. But it's just stunning out in this end of the world. But let's go check out some antique shops inside. And hopefully they'll have some cool stuff. So let's go. Well, here we are. Not far at all. So here we are inside the shop. Now, they tell me that they've been in business for 40 years. Not in the same location, having first started off in the city, and they've moved their way out to Tsawwassen. But they have, when you first walk in, a nice assortment of vintage jewelry. So you got silver, and that's something you find more in this area. It's Haida Gwaii, or Haida indigenous jewelry, or Native American peoples in this area, and they always have beautiful artwork. I'm looking for watches. Those look like they've been made into art. So that's kind of neat. They've taken like bits of watches and clocks and kind of made them into something totally different. Repurposed them. I guess they wouldn't be used as a pocket watch anymore, but more like art. Hey, check out that umbrella. It's got a wooden bunny head carved into the top of it. That's neat. So we're gonna do a little walk around and see what we can find. But I haven't even gotten in the first part of the door, and there's lots to see. Tin toys, and some of these are newer, like the Shuko style. And they don't make them forever, so even if some of them are a little bit newer, they do go to production, and they're based off the original molds. In fact, I have a robot like this from the 50s. And he's missing his tin eyes, which are exactly the same as that. So I've been kind of keeping my eyes open, pun intended, for the, actually it wasn't a pun. I am literally keeping my eyes open for a couple of these little tin circles to put on my Godzilla robot that I have. So if anybody watching at home has a robot kind of like that, and it's parts or pieces, maybe drop me a line, because I do collect tin robots. Now, she said that she doesn't specialize in watches, but I do see a couple nice pieces. Look at that nice little, this is cool because it's a little stand that you'd have by maybe your nightstand, and it's a pocket watch rest. I had some that were like lion's heads, just different ways to display it. So it turns into like a little clock, a bedside clock when you're not wearing it. So that's pretty cool. Look at this funny thing. It's like a crow, and with some nice vases back there too, but I'm looking at this crow container. What do you think that was used for? Is it like a teapot maybe? Wouldn't be able to hold much tea, but it's just very interesting. Isn't that neat? And lovely glass pieces. Compasses, which I might need to get my way over to the ferry tomorrow so I don't fall off the into the ocean. Oh, that's cool. That is a horn that's been carved, and it says Ship James Allen. Nautical stuff like that is so cool. Scrimshaw is what that is. Liberty Ship James Allen. I wonder what the asking price is on that. I doubt whether it's the $110 price tag I see there, but if it was, that's super cool. I actually like that quite a bit. Where you get bored on a ship and they would carve, you know, the ship's name and the schooner into it. Now, if that is only 110, it's probably a replica, because normally they're quite a bit more than that, but you do come across them from time to time. And she's got things organized nicely, like the dogs. Oh look, we're talking about vintage robots. Check these out. Chief Robot Man, Rescue Robot. What a fantastic collection. And to be honest with you, the prices are fair. A lot of these are kind of in the $30 sort of price range. The older ones are maybe 75 or so. I don't know what the price is on these big guys. I would assume they're a lot more because they're a little trickier to come by, but prices seem very fair. And the owner was saying that they do specialize in vintage toys, and look behind me. Oh gosh, this is like heaven for me. Look, there's a tin MG, there's the cast iron Overland Circus truck, you got the Roy Rogers and Trigger. I used to have that at one point. A little Distler Electromatic truck, at least the box for it anyway. And look at these big tin, that's a 58 Buick. I actually used to have that exact car at one point in my life. Fun stuff. Riley's Bunny Bonds, what a cute tin that is. So certainly lots of cool old toys here to see. Got the big old police car there. And we get into the earlier toys, they can be a little bit more money. So about $1,200 on the clowns, but that is a turn of the century piece. So it gets a little trickier to find. A while back I did that repaint on the clown toy, which if it was in mint shape would be about that much money. Unfortunately, it was not mint, and I think we only got like 35, 40 bucks at auction for it, which was a bit of a disappointment, but that's what I get for trying to sell it at that format. There's a nice, that's a German, or Doepke, D-O-E-P-K-E, that big Jag. I've had an MG of theirs, I've never had the Jag. Buck Rogers gun, and somebody's done a nice display for it. Certainly does have a nice selection of vintage toys. And you've got Stife on this side. This is all vintage Stife in here. Gosh, I could spend hours just looking in these cases at all these old oddities and little toys and such. Appalachian doll, circa 1920, $1,200. Interesting. Love the old toffee tin with the bird on it. Isn't that cool? Now, I'll be honest, I had no idea that this store was here. I just happened to look, I was looking for restaurants to come to when I was in the area, and I stumbled across a store full of antique toys. Oh look, there's the Jay Shen Ferris wheel, but it's the Disney version. Actually, that might not be the Shen version. They did do a model like that, so that's a pretty cool piece. Lots of fun tin stuff. There are lots of collectors who are into the litho just because it's very bright and colorful. So if you have, sometimes these little things like little waddling duck there, $55 is the price on that. You've got the Occupy Japan skier, that's $175. So when you get into the older things like this, they can definitely get up there. This carousel with the horses on it, price at that, $750. Let's keep walking down. Ooh, there's a creepy doll head. I shouldn't say creepy because I'm sure it could be repurposed. When you just see a spiked child's looking head. Ooh, gotta watch where I'm walking here. I'm getting lost looking at all the toys. Here's a cool piece. That is a tin plate streetcar, like battery operated, $850. Oh, it's wind up. I wonder if it would have had tracks that went with it too. It kind of reminds me, it's much larger than Lionel's standard gauge. But maybe you have toys like this. A lot of people had this bartender guy. Remember him? I'll turn the camera a bit. You put batteries in him and he mixes a martini, and then his smoke comes out of his ears and his cheeks turn red. When I was in school, my teacher had one of those as a giveaway. If you reached a certain goal, he'd give you that thing. And I never did get it, but I've owned many since. So I guess that kind of makes up for it. They're usually around $100 or so. Oh, there he is right there. $165, and they said it does work as well. But that one's probably a little bit more because it does have the box. Here's the Langcraft powered model boat, and it looks like it was sold at Hurley's Drug Mart. Or they, oh no, that was their medication bottle and they put something in there. $100 on that. And I love looking at all the tin cars. It's a cool piece. This, I think, is a reproduction of an earlier toy, but still really, really nice. And I wonder what they're asking on It is $295, 1980s reproduction. The original, of course, oh, there's the box for it there. If this was the original sort of thing, it would be probably closer to $1,000 or around there. I have one of these at home, I think, or I do, or I did. Chad Valley wind-up toy. And what are they asking for that? $265. I gotta really take my time selling things better, because I know when I sold mine, I think I got like $70 or $80 for it. So either that or else just go to my auctions when I have them once in a while. You'll get some good deals and be able to resell it. Look at this cool ride-on Camel. Actually, I guess this is more of a display. I don't think you'd actually want to ride on it because it looks like somebody tried and it got broken. But what a cool decorative piece. And it's on, they've got it on a cart. What's the price on a giant Camel? I don't see a price on it, but that is so cool. I'd have that right up at the front of the shop. I think that looked fantastic when you first walk in, don't you? What a neat piece. Some of these older toys are kind of funny because what a strange concept this is. Look, you've got the robot pushing a little baby stroller. You know, and I hadn't even thought about it before. $450 on that. I don't know that did it come this way? I don't know. It looks like somebody's adapted it. I had that little stroller before and I never would have once thought about putting the two together, but kind of an interesting combination. And you got some more toys up top there too. Fine arts, antiques, collectibles at Baker's Dozen. Lots of neat things. Well, let's look down the other aisle and see what they have. And over here, you've got our darling Portvin. So somebody's dog passed away and they kept it as a memento. Oh, you're going way back. Oh, I wonder if the box had the ashes in it. They must have really loved their doggy. So what I love when I come into a store is seeing things I haven't seen before, and somebody's gotten very creative and they've been actually making things as art. So they've taken the body of an old doll and they've basically have like a ball of twine for the head with an eyeball on. Or a little dog head on the doll. The bird with the doll head. I like this one. It's like the robots are going off to a party. They got a little liquor bottle, they got a little car. So I guess if you had broken toys, you could combine them to making something fun like that. Isn't that neat? And when we kind of come down this way here, we see the little box and they put a doll hand in it with a tiny little bird, and it's called Bird in the Hand. I think out of everything in the store, this little case full of these creative statues and sculptures that they've kind of built and repurposed is probably my favorite thing that they had in the whole shop. A dress form doll. Neat. Stuff like this kind of makes me feel like having a shop again. The creativity, the artsiness, the display of it all. Just kind of having a little bit of fun. They said the monkey really wanted to drive. Trying to get into that Messerschmitt. Some nice paintings. I've never really carried or stocked a lot of taxidermy, but if you're gonna do it, at least that's kind of different. You got the big, is that a raven or a crow? It's big, maybe it's a raven, and they put the key in the beak. Just kind of a statement piece. It's a little bit more interesting than just having the taxidermy. And this is super cool. It's your matches go on the one side. It's probably like it's a little humidor for cigars. You got the ashtray on the front. Egyptian sort of motif, Art Nouveau, $1,600, but I can see why. That's not a common piece, but if you were into cigars, how neat would that be to have sitting on your table? All kinds of fun and neat stuff in the shop today. Well, what a fun little surprise that was. If you're ever in this area, or if you've got time before you get on at the ferry to go to Victoria, stop in and see them. They have an amazing little shop full of all kinds of neat things. As for me, I'm going to keep on looking and see what I can find. You guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done that already. And as always, bye for now.